Good evening. I am Michaela Tidwell, and welcome to our commencement exercises under the dynamic leadership under our principals, Mrs. Yolanda Washington and Mr. Robert Williams. Please be reminded that this is a formal occasion. Therefore, we ask that you give the respect that it deserves. We know that you are excited, just as we are, but we have worked very hard to make our commencement special. Catcalls, yelling, obscene gestures, or displaying utter inappropriate conduct distracts from the sentiment of the ceremony. Please allow everyone in the audience to enjoy this long-awaited experience. Thank you, both family and friends, for honoring our requests.
Atlanta Public Schools, family and friends, welcome to the 2026 Commencement Ceremony for Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy and B.E.S.T Engineering Science Technology Academy at the Thomas W. Dortch Institute. class of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of colors and the national anthem. Please remain standing until colors have been retired. Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. At this time, please join me in welcoming Jessica Johnson, a proud member of the Atlanta Board of Education, whose leadership and service reflects Atlanta Public Schools' commitment to educating and empowering students to shape the future.
All right, good evening. Before I begin, I want to make sure I acknowledge our dynamic superintendent, Dr. Brian Johnson, and my Board of Education colleague at large, seat 7, Mr. Alfred Shivy Brooks. Good evening, graduates of the B.E.S.T Academy at the Thomas W. Dorsch Jr. Institute and Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy. Today, we celebrate more than diplomas, tassels, and accomplishments. We celebrate the long nights, the early mornings, the moments you doubted yourself but kept going anyway. We celebrate the perseverance that brought you here. But most importantly, we celebrate the character that you built along the way. Because hard work matters, determination matters, persistence matters, but those are only the starting points. True success belongs to those who have the character to carry the weight of their gifts responsibly. The character to lead when leadership is difficult, the character to stand firm when compromise would be easier, the character to do what is right when no one is watching. That is the legacy connected to the names that live on your buildings every single day. At B.E.S.T Academy, you walk in the shadow of Thomas W. Dortch Jr., a leader who understood that success means nothing if you do not use it to open doors for others. I only met him a few times, but I knew that he believed in excellence, economic empowerment, and servant leadership. He showed Atlanta what it looks like to build influence without losing integrity. At Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy, you carry the name of a woman whose courage changed the world. Coretta Scott King was more than the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. She was a strategist, an activist, a leader, and a keeper of the dream. Even in the face of grief, hatred, and resistance, she chose dignity, she chose discipline, she chose purpose. And now that same challenge is passed to you, because the world simply doesn't need more talented young people. The world needs young people with character. Young people who keep their word, who lead with compassion, who know how to disagree without destroying, young people who understand that influence is not measured by followers, likes, or titles, but by impact. As you leave these halls and head towards college, campus, careers, military, entrepreneurship, you walk into rooms carrying the legacy of Atlanta Public Schools, a district that has produced trailblazers, visionaries, advocates, artists, and freedom fighters. And now it's your turn. Your education can open doors, your talent can create opportunity, but your character will determine how far you go once those doors open. It's not built in comfort, but it's really built in small choices, daily choices, the choice to keep going, to choose, the choice to serve, the choice to rise after failure, and the choice to lead. Whatever is before you, the future of Atlanta is truly brighter because of you. And wherever life takes you, never forget this. Your greatest achievement will never simply be what you will accomplish. It will be who you become. Congratulations, graduates.
Good evening to all and welcome. My name is Sakaria Burks, and it is truly an honor to stand before you today as salutatorian of the Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy for the class of 2026. Looking out at all of my classmates, teachers, friends, and family, it is hard to believe that this moment is finally here. For years, we have watched our sisters, brothers, cousins, and loved ones stand in moments like this. Some nervous, some excited, but all ready to take the next step forward in life. And now, we find ourselves in that same moment. High school has been more than assignments, tests, grades, and deadlines. When I started here in the 6th grade, I was hopeful but nervous, unsure of what this journey would bring. We are often told about the struggles that come with new chapters in life, like the pressures, the challenges, and the moments when things feel uncertain. And while those moments are real, what we are not always told is how much growth can come from them. Looking back, this journey has not been easy, but it has been meaningful. It has been about the friendships we've built, the lessons we've learned, and the ways we grew without even realizing it. Standing here today, we are not the same young women who first walked through these doors. We are stronger, more confident, and ready for what comes next. Before I began attending CSK, my path felt like it had already been set in stone. In elementary school, I was told all the amazing things CSK had to offer, along with the classes I had to take and the steps I was expected to follow. But no one really asked what I wanted. Everything was being planned for me, even when I didn't fully understand it. Truthfully, I didn't even know other middle or high schools existed until my friends mentioned them in passing. Before I had the chance to experience life for myself, I was already being pushed in a certain direction. During one of our career days in the 9th grade, we heard from professionals about their journeys. Many shared how they felt pressure early on to follow certain paths and how those expectations shaped the decisions they thought they had to make. One speaker really stood out to me. She explained that she once followed a path others expected of her, until she realized that no one else could live her life for her and that her choices had to be her own. So I leave you with these words. Do not let the world decide who you become before you have the chance to discover who you truly are. Before I close, I want to thank our faculty and staff for their guidance and support throughout these years. Thank you for believing in us and helping us reach this moment. To my parents, my aunties, Mrs. White, my almost son, Daiji, my grandparents, Mrs. Rogers, and to my sister, Tiara, thank you for all your love and support. And to Jada, Kirsten, Ariane, Kanaya, and Raina, thank you for your friendship and for being such important parts of my journey. And I would lastly like to thank our illustrious and remarkable principal, Mrs. Washington, for making this school a family. Class of 2026, if these past few years have taught us anything, it is that life rarely goes as planned. Plans change, people change, and we discover new versions of ourselves along the way. But maybe that's the point. Growing up isn't about having everything figured out, but learning how to keep going anyway. You better get ready for the smolder. Congratulations, class of 2026, we did it.
Good evening, Atlanta Public Schools administrators, faculty and staff, family, friends, and of course, my fellow graduates. I am Mario Majet, your class of 2026 salutatorian and star student. Standing here as salutatorian means a lot to me, but I know I didn't get here alone. My parents, teachers, teammates, and friends all played a role in helping me to reach this moment, especially our star teacher, Ms. Glenda Walker. So first, thank you for your support, your lessons, and your belief in me, even when things became difficult. To my classmates, we really made it, but it wasn't easy. We balanced school, sports, responsibilities, and real life all at the same time. There were moments where we felt tired, stressed, or even unsure, but we kept going, and that says a lot about who we are. For me, high school was more than just growth. For me, high school was more than just grades. It was about growth. Whether it was doing track and field for the first time and competing at state, or helping to obtain and maintain our indoor agricultural pod, I learned that success comes from discipline, consistency, and always pushing yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. As we move forward, we're all going in different directions, but we carry the same foundation. We've learned how to work hard, how to adapt, and how to keep going, no matter what's in front of us. So, as we leave here, I want to leave you with this. Don't just focus on being successful. Focus on making an impact. Use what you've learned to help others and to build something meaningful. Finally, I would like to give a special thanks to Principal Robert Williams for always supporting me in my academic endeavors. Next, I would like to thank the 100 Black Men of Atlanta and Mr. Ray Singer for always having positive Black excellence for me to look up to. And for giving me the tools and opportunities to get to where I am right now, I'd like to thank the best counselor in Atlanta Public Schools, Mr. MacArthur Randolph. Class of 2026, this is just the beginning. Keep going, stay focused, and never forget where you came from. Congratulations, we earned this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, faculty and staff, and of course, graduates. My name is Kirsten Smith, and I am delighted to stand here today as the valedictorian of the remarkable Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy's class of 2026. This is an honor I feel deeply, and I'm thankful for the chance to share this moment with you. My sister YWLA sisters, we did that. The road here has been anything but simple. If I'm being honest, coming to CSK was never something I saw as permanent. I actually didn't know about the school until I got here. I mean, I spent almost the entirety of my elementary years in single-gender classes, so coming to all girls again was not something that was on my bingo card. However, I can't say I regret it. I began my journey here as a sixth grader in 2019. Almost all of us started together, and now we're stepping over the line that once felt impossible to reach. I don't know if it was COVID or just me being a teen, but all along the way, I lost sight of myself quicker than I could have ever imagined. After coming back from quarantine in 2021 and seeing everyone develop into people I hadn't recognized, it only sparked the question that shadowed me throughout high school. Who am I? Who am I? I'm sure we've all asked ourselves this question at least once in our lives. I'd always seen myself as someone who would have done anything to accomplish what I wanted. But what do you do when everything you want feels like it doesn't belong to you? What do you do when everything you want is so close, yet never in your grasp? This question has an answer you're not handed. You build it piece by piece. I remember writing letters with my best friends in middle school to our senior selves, and if you would have told her she'd be standing here today, I know she wouldn't believe you. It wasn't because she didn't feel capable, she just never felt enough. She felt lost in a world filled with everything found. When I think back to ninth grade, I see someone who felt she was reaching for something non-existent, someone who never knew what it was that she longed for. When I think back to August, I see someone who felt the exact same way. In my opinion, growth isn't about whether or not those pessimistic thoughts disappear. It's not about how you compare yourself to others' growth. It's about the progress you force yourself to make to be who you want to be. I felt for so long that my success came from the failure of others, that earning this title was more of a given, but time has shown me that my hard work was deserved. Over the years, this school has challenged our minds, strengthened our voices, and taught us that we belong in every room we enter. But what truly shaped us wasn't just what we learned, it was how we showed up for one another. Whether it was helping a classmate study, cheering someone on at a competition, or supporting a friend through a tough moment, we discovered something important. When young women lift each other up, we rise higher than we ever could alone. Even if you don't sleep, tomorrow will still come. Let go of what you can't control and live life with love in your heart. My sister Ariel told me, nothing in life has any meaning except for the meaning you give it. You have the power to write your future, so own it. Thank you to my parents for being my biggest supporters. I want you to know that I truly couldn't have done this without your guidance. Thank you to Ariel for taking care of me and being my personal ATM. Thank you to Nolan for being my mini BFF. Thank you to my older siblings for giving me that push I sometimes refuse to take. And thank you to all of my best friends, including Ava for showing up, Jamila for our shared journey, Kira for the emotional support, Charlize for our inside jokes, Jalen for our crazy talks, Raina for our intellectual talks, Sakaria for staying with me, and Avery for sticking by my side for over 13 years. Thank you to Ms. Belcher and Ms. Rogers for helping me navigate my way through the halls I thought I'd never see the end of. And of course, thank you to Coach Ball for being everything CSK needed. And lastly, to the class of 2026, some of who I met at 11 and some at 14, thank you for being the colors in my deck. Thank you for growing with me. Thank you for proving that purpose isn't found, it's created. I wish you all the best at your future endeavors. Just enjoy it. Feels like a party every day. I hope you all have a good night, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2026.
Good evening, administration, faculty, family, friends, honored guests, and then last, the incredible class of 2026. I am Michael Princely Sean Smith, and I am humbly and deeply honored to serve as your valedictorian of the B.E.S.T Academy at Thomas W. Dorch Jr. Institute. This moment is not just a reflection on individual statements, it's also about our achievements, testaments, and collective journey along the way. One built on perseverance, faith, and unwavering belief that the sky's the limit only when there is no space. As we look forward, know that sometimes plans don't go accordingly, and the ability to pivot will be your greatest attribute. For example, when my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, he laid out a singular goal during a very uncomfortable family conversation. He said that his single goal was to see his very one grandson graduate. Well, that grandson is me. Grandfather, please stand up. Ne- Needless to say, it's time to pivot and set another goal because we made it. Our theme here at B.E.S.T, Igniting Purpose through Scholarship, Leadership, and Service, is not just a phrase. It is the story of who we have become. Through leadership, we learned that our voices matter and to never let others' opinions drown out our inner voice. When the world tries to make you conform, stand tall and be unapologetically you. Through scholarship, we push beyond limits, surviving the late nights and the early mornings and the moments when giving up seemed easier than pressing on. Yet, here we are, proof that discipline and determination turn dreams into reality. Through service, we discovered that true success is measured by what we give, not what we gain. We learned that the impact is greater than recognition and the purpose is greater than popularity. Rewrite the narrative that history shows that people who look like you and I understand that it always seems impossible until it's done. These are barriers that still exist and narratives that need rewriting. But now we have the pen. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? Amidst that reality, I have experienced the power of grace and kindness. Grace from those who saw potential in me before I saw it in myself, and kindness from those who remind me that I belong in every room. Those moments have shaped me just as much as the challenges have. To my parents, thank you. You laid out a foundation rooted in love, discipline, and faith. Because of your consistent words of affirmation, citing Proverbs 23:7, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. I did not just learn how to succeed, I learned how to rise and then soar. To B.E.S.T Academy, our village, thank you for believing in us even when we doubted ourselves. Principal Williams, thank you for your constant integrity. And to one of the best counselors we could ask for in the APS district, Mr. Randolph, thank you for helping us find the opportunity to ascend in our goals. And to the 100 Black men and the Atlanta Merging 100, thank you for showing us how to lead with purpose. Class of 2026, this is our moment, but it is not our final destination. Remember, we are the best of the best, and there it is. Thank you and congratulations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Yolanda Washington, and I have the honor of serving as principal of the Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy. This afternoon, I am overwhelmed with pride and joy as we salute the graduates of 2026.
I am Robert Williams, and I have the honor of serving as the principal of B.E.S.T Academy at the Thomas W. Dortch Jr. Institute. I am elated to congratulate our graduating class of 2026.
Mr. Williams and I have the distinct honor of welcoming you to the 2026 Commencement Ceremony for YWLA and B.E.S.T Academy. Let's all stand to our feet and give the class of 2026 a heartfelt round of applause.
Thank you. It is gratifying to know that we have equipped our students with the knowledge and the skills they will need to navigate life's transitions. We are truly honored to have Superintendent Dr. Brian Johnson, members of the Atlanta Board of Education, and senior leadership team here with us this evening. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our dedicated Associate Superintendent, Lisa Hill. At this time, I invite all district leaders and board members to stand and be recognized for their continued leadership and commitment to Atlanta Public Schools students and families. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce the amazingly supportive and hardworking administrative support staff of Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy. I would also like to recognize those special guests seated on the stage to my right. If you all would please stand and be recognized.
Thank you. Also seated on the stage is the outstanding administrative team of B.E.S.T Academy and our support staff. Will the administrative team, along with our special guests, please stand to be recognized? Thank you. This celebration would not have been possible without the love, guidance, and support of our families, of our graduates. Will the proud parents, grandparents, guardians, and relatives of these seniors please stand to be recognized?
Thank you. Thank you. Encouraging students to believe. Thank you. Encouraging students to believe that they can excel academically has been a joint commitment between the home and the school. I am proud to introduce the men and women who work with so much passion and grit to ensure that students reach this milestone in their lives. Faculty and staff of both YWLA and B.E.S.T Academy, please stand and be recognized.
Thank you. Not only are teachers and parents a part of the village that has had a hand in raising our children, but we have our entire community of people who support us as well. There are several organizations that support our schools with an array of resources, and we consider them to be a part of our B.E.S.T Academy family. As I call your name, will you please stand and be recognized? The 100 Black Men of Atlanta, the Emerging and Collegiate 100, Georgia Tech, Morehouse, the West Fulton Alumni Association, the Path Church, After School All-Stars, Chris 180, and the PTSA.
Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy also has a host of community partners who support us as well. Coretta Scott King once said, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. A heart of grace and a soul generated by love." I would like to take the time to acknowledge the Elder King and the King family for their unwavering support of both our academic and sisterly pursuits. As I call the names of our additional community partners, please stand and be recognized. STEM Atlanta Women, Spelman College, After School All-Stars, Achieve Atlanta, the magnificent Magnolia Links Incorporated, the HBR Foundation, Black Girls Smile, and Georgia State University.
We also want to recognize all school principals who are with us this afternoon. Please stand.
Now we would like to turn the spotlight to those who planned this occasion for the graduating class of 2026. Please join us in saluting the efforts of Dr. Justina Reynolds, graduation coordinator, graduation committee members, senior advisors. Please stand and be recognized.
Mrs. Washington and I will now recognize students who have set the example of academic excellence. Please stand as we call your prospective group of scholars.
The top 10% of the graduating class. Thank you.
Members of the National Honor Society and National STEM Honor Society. Thank you.
Members of the National Beta Club. Thank you.
Students who scored above 1100 on the SAT or above 21 on the ACT. Thank you.
Recipients of the Achieve Atlanta Scholarship. Thank you.
Students enlisting in the armed services. Thank you.
Students who have earned the 1 Gold Stole. Thank you.
Atlanta Board of Education Student Advisory Council. Thank you.
Track and field state champions in the 300-meter hurdles. Thank you.
All scholar athletes. Thank you.
To date, the class of 2026 has earned $12,992,352 in scholarships. Let's give this graduating class another big round of applause.
Many of our seniors from both schools were recognized for their stellar accomplishments this past week at our respective Visions of the Future programs. Our faculty and staff cup was awarded to Nyla Bird of CSK and Michael Smith of B.E.S.T Academy. However, at this time, I would like to ask Assistant Principals, Mrs. LaTarsha Mills-McKay and Dr. Farad Brooks, to assist Mrs. Washington and I in presenting awards not previously announced. I will invite Superintendent Johnson, Board Chair, and Board Representative. Please join Principal Washington and I at the center of the stage for the presentation of these special awards given by faculty and partners honoring students for outstanding contributions in various fields.
The Principal's Cup is presented to a senior who has demonstrated great resilience to overcoming obstacles and challenges. Despite these challenges, these individuals have stayed consistent with the learning process, have been involved in community service, and provided leadership to the student body. The recipients for this year are Madison Keith, Coretta Scott King, Young Women's Leadership Academy, and Mario Majette, B.E.S.T Academy. Please come to the stage.
All right, this year, the salutatorian of B.E.S.T Academy's class of 2026 has distinguished himself as a serious and talented student. This fall, he will matriculate to Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Please join me in recognizing B.E.S.T Academy's 2026 recipient of the Salutatorian Cup, Mario Majet. Congratulations for a job well done.
CSK's 2026 recipient of the Salutatorian Cup has truly embodied the words of the YWLA Student Creed by presenting herself as intelligent, courageous, strong, and beautiful. This fall, she will matriculate to Georgia Tech Institute of Technology. Please join me in recognizing CSK's 2026 recipient of the Salutatorian Cup, Zakaria Burtz. Congratulations. Your hard work, Zakaria, has paid off.
This most distinguished award recognizes the highest ranking student of the graduating class. This year we have an outstanding student who values education, accepts challenges, and possesses a positive outlook on life. This young man will attend Kennesaw State University. The 2026 Valedictorian Cup recipient is Michael Smith. We're expecting great things from you, sir.
This year, the valedictorian for Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy has met every challenge that has been put before her. She does not understand the meaning of I can't. She will attend Boston University this fall. Please salute the recipient of the 2026 Valedictorian Cup, Kirsten Smith. Kirsten, this is only the beginning of the greatness that you will accomplish.
My glasses.
Again, congratulations to our students. Please give them a round of applause. And now, the moment that we have all been waiting for, the awarding of diplomas.
Superintendent Johnson and the members of the Atlanta Board of Education, it is my honor to present to you the class of 2026. I hereby certify that these candidates for graduation have successfully completed the requirements set forth by the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education and are now eligible to receive their diplomas. Families, friends, and loved ones, we know you have been anticipating this moment and are eager to celebrate your graduates. We kindly ask that you do so in a respectful manner, ensuring that every family can hear their graduate's name being called. Thank you in advance for your cooperation as well as your support.
At this time,
I invite Superintendent Johnson, Board Chair, and our school board member to join school principals at the center of the stage for the presentation of diplomas. Tanaya Asbury.
Markel Copeland.
Tamia Armstead. Michaela Tidwell.
Mario Majet. Michael Smith.
Kirsten Smith. Sakaria Burtz.
Amir Bennett.
Jamila Berry. Alexandria Brooks.
Edward Brown Dodd.
Armani Butts. Kimaya Capers.
Irvin Cato.
Kamaya Kane. Nyla Bird.
Jonathan Bullock.
Reina De Vega Matamoros. Zaria Copeland. Jakira Dabney Shaw.
DeVale Caesar III.
Amani Darden.
Zion Clark.
Kavana Forrest. Miracle Edwards.
Jaden Huff.
Kimberly Centeno Torres. Zaria Davis.
Zachary Daniels.
Allison Foster. Gabrielle Francis.
Jakai McDowell.
Jada Gray. Jaquila Griffin.
Jamil Millsap.
Zaria Griggs. Joyshaya Hutchison.
Makai Poole.
Amaria Jones. Charlize Joseph. Aaliyah Kirksey.
Randy Rios Montoya.
Miracle Lee. Amunique Lewis.
Gennaro Rivers. John Johnson. Daniel Sellers.
Lauren Miller. Ariana Mammy Booker.
Brandon Scott.
Layla Maxon. Jordan Lowe.
Aaron Staples.
Rain Parker. Kira Rivera. Kyla Schultz.
Jahid Walker.
Madison Keith. Sabrina Taylor. Ariane Stringfellow. Micaiah Smith.
Ari Walker. I'm sorry, Ari Wilson. Sorry about that.
Kelsey Smith. Brianna Smith.
Shamar Swan.
Micaiah Tolbert. Kimberly White.
DeMarcus Pitts.
Lamari Whitney.
Jaquan Wilson.
Sasha Moss.
Script. Oh, it's on the panel. All right, y'all ready for the good part? Class of 2026. Your principal has certified that you have completed all the requirements set forth for graduation by the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education and the 100 Black men of Atlanta. By the power vested in me by the Atlanta Board of Education, I hereby certify you as graduates of the class of 2026.
Audience, please join us as we celebrate the class of 2026.